And we're coming off the top with some breaking news. Recording Tuesday night, we were on our way to Jake's, got the notifications about Jalen, capital R-A-M-S, lower E-Y, being traded to the Los Angeles.
Can you stop now?
R-A-M-S.
Because you know he makes a big play his first game. That's going to be a hashtag.
It's Jalen Ramsey.
I was just going to say Rams E. Yeah.
Somebody will redo their logo with the Los Angeles Ramses. We will see that pre his first interception. That's my bet. We don't know if he will be playing, but he got the Jaguars got a haul for him. 2 first rounders and a 4th.
Which is pretty much what they wanted, right? I mean, they wanted at least 2 first rounders.
Yeah, but unfortunately for them, they're the Rams first rounders. So that's a low first round pick.
25 to 30-ish.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know about this year. I don't know.
But they don't have the pick this year. They have 21, don't they?
I think
it's 2020, 2 first round picks in 2020 and 21.
They will be
and a 4th round pick in
they only have
2021.
only 2 first round picks.
They will be recharged, rejuvenated, and revamped next week. I'm telling you, the Rams aren't dead. The Rams have had a setback. They didn't play Gurley, who's been up and down because we don't know what's going on with his knee.
I really don't think it's a health issue. I think it's a Sean McVay, Jalen Ramsey's on the brain. I think it's a Sean McVay Gurley issue. I don't think they're seeing eye to eye. And it started last season in the postseason, I think. I think it's more to it.
We'll see. We'll see how McVay acts with his new star defensive back, which, they just got rid of Marcus Peters.
I was surprised by that, and I thought the Ravens got pretty good deal there, adding a guy with this skill level or the upside of Marcus Peters.
He's getting older, but I do agree with you.
Still a guy who can make plays, and he's not getting older. He's only he just got in the league.
Peters?
Yeah.
He came from the Chiefs. He was there for 5
2
years.
He was there for 2 years.
I don't know about that.
Didn't he beat cancer and come back?
No, that was Eric Berry.
Berry.
Marcus Peters
That was the same secondary.
Scores touchdowns, though.
He was from the Chiefs.
They had a very good secondary with those 2 guys as a part of it.
I think this Jalen Ramsey thing is big because I'm actually more surprised they got rid of Peters than I thought they would have got rid of Aqib Talib, because to me, Aqib Talib is the weak link, not Marcus Peters. So I understand the reason why they brought Jalen in, because they need a CB1 now. And Aqib Talib is too old to be a CB1, and he's getting burnt now. You're seeing it. So I was a little bit more shocked that they got rid of Peters and then got Ramsey. I thought they would try and push out Aqib Talib and bring in Ramsey.
Well, I'm surprised that I doubt they would have gotten rid of Peters if they weren't already in talks with Jacksonville. It's kind of how it seems to me with these coming 3 hours apart. Mm-hmm. But I think we might find in the long run the biggest winner of the Ramsey trade was Baltimore, because I think that they took advantage of a situation where they see that they can add a starter at any level. He is still adequate, at the very least, starter to a secondary that hasn't been the best. And the Ravens know that once it comes to December and January, the AFC is going to be one with shootouts. Look at the teams at the top of the AFC. It's
not very good.
Well, offensive explosions is at the top of the AFC with Houston, Kansas City, New England, and Baltimore. It's a lot of downfield vertical energy. And so I think that they're acknowledging this is going to be a very pass-heavy end of the season. And so they got Peters.
So this is crazy because Adam Schefter just put this in perspective on Twitter. 24 hours, they trade for Jalen Ramsey, trade away Marcus Peters, and they just placed Aqib Talib on IR.
Yep.
That is ridiculous.
They changed their whole secondary.
What is going on? And we're not even halfway through the season yet. This is wild. I'm trying to figure out the deal for Peters, what they traded for.
The Rams got a linebacker and a like a 4th round pick.
Kenny Young and an undisclosed 2020 draft pick.
I think it was like a 4th or 5th round pick.
Either way, yeah, that's crazy that they're making these changes. I think they really are thinking the walls are they're closing in on them. I think this is you don't make these kind of moves unless you're a little nervous.
That defense has not played well.
The defense has been suspect. If you give up, 48 points to the Buccaneers, because the scoop and score at the end, you give up 48 points to the Buccaneers, it says a lot about your defense.
a good point. I think that they weren't ready as for as good as the 49ers have shown to be early this season, as composed as the 49ers are. They're not just competing with Seattle in the division, That's actually the 49ers are ready coming back from Jimmy G's injury with actually a pretty good roster from top to bottom and a great defense. I'm a believer now. I wasn't before in the 49ers.
And you look at what Russell Wilson has been doing with Seattle right now. It's NFC West. I mean, I don't think the Cardinals are going to give him anything, but who knows with Kyler Murray? I don't think they're going to be a playoff team per se, but the NFC West is going to be very competitive this year. Now that you have the Niners,
they're starting to figure some things out down there in Arizona, though. They've won two in a row, so they're starting to figure it out a little bit.
Well, I mean, Iowa or Iowa State could compete against the Bengals right now.
Nebraska, maybe? That might be a stretch.
Obviously, that's an exaggeration, but I think that one of the biggest things early on this season is good teams playing bad teams. And we've seen that with the Cowboys. We've seen that with New England even. You look really good sometimes depending on who you're playing. And I think that, they still barely won in Cincinnati, but it could be moving forward for Arizona.
Hey, man, a win's a win.
The entire NFC West will be changed by what happened today, possibly the AFC North as well, depending on how the Ravens utilize this move. And now,
this is a big move, for Baltimore, because this is their chance to really take command of that division.
Now, obviously,
they're 2 games ahead.
This does nothing to change the Rams' offense, but we'll see if they are a little more aggressive, knowing that they can depend on their defense a little more.